Welcome to the Class of 2027 course selection presentation. Today we will go through all things scheduling for your junior year. I want to start off by introducing you to all of the school counselors in the building. There are 10 of us in the building. We have 5 counselors who are upstairs in the school counseling office and 5 of us that are downstairs. We all go by last name, so it's important that you're familiar with your school counselor. You will spend a lot of time with us during your junior and senior year, so we look forward to spending more time with you soon. So the scheduling process, by now you're pretty familiar, but the dates change each year. So we are here to help you each step of the way. The most important resource for you right now is the program of studies. This website has every single course listed that we offer, along with prerequisites and grades that you need in order to qualify for classes. Right now, your teachers are entering recommendations into Genesis for classes that you will take next year. This is based on your performance in the class so far. Soon, students will be able to enter their electives into the parent portal in Genesis. We have you pick 10 classes that you are okay with taking for next year. Junior year is a little bit different. We know you might want to take more AP elective courses. That is fine. As long as you meet the requirements for those classes, you can put them into Genesis. After you do that, late February to mid-March, your school counselors will meet with you individually and will put in all of your courses into the scheduler for next year. So May 1st, teachers have the ability to update their recommendations. So as a student, if you have fluctuated with your grade and you've gone really high up or really much lower in the second half of the year, your teacher has the right to change your recommendation in May. May 2nd is the deadline for course request changes from students. This is every single course. You cannot change after May 2nd. So if you email us in July, in June, in August, we cannot change your course selection. The last day is May 2nd. This is a very, very important deadline. So we want to take our selection seriously and make sure all of our courses are thought out for junior year. June 1st is the deadline for option 2 application. Those are courses taken outside of Hillsborough High School. I will talk a little bit more about that. That's really only if you want to take an additional course that we can't fit into your schedule while you're in the high school. And then lastly, just a reminder that everything we put in together in Genesis is a request. It is not a scheduled course yet. So these are requests. I cannot guarantee you will get 100% of your requests due to many variables, including the master schedule, how many times a course runs, how many students want a specific course. So just a reminder that we want to stay a little bit flexible and have options. All right, so moving on to graduation requirements, you should be pretty familiar with these by now. In order to graduate from high school, the state of New Jersey, you need 4 years of English and 4 years of PE. You need 3 years of math and science and social studies. And yes, there are some specific math, science, and social studies that you need. We are always auditing to make sure you're getting all of these, but just so you know, science, you need biology in order to graduate. Math, you need to go up to Algebra 2, and social studies, you need to go up to US 2. This includes US 2 also is the same as APUSH. You need 1 year of world language, 2 to 3 years of world language for college. You need 1 year of the art elective requirements, 1 year of career elective requirements, your half year of financial lit, and we'll talk more about FinLit later. And then you need the New Jersey State Graduation Assessment. So for you, it will be the NJGPA coming up. And then lastly is actually for financial aid for college. So this will apply to you during your senior year. You will have to fill out the FAFSA, which is financial aid from the government. You either have to fill that form out or you have to opt out of filling out the form. So again, I don't worry too much about that right now. That'll come more senior year. Right now, NJGPA for juniors is another graduation requirement you want to be focused on. All right, so we say begin with the end in mind. That means we try to set you up for success, and a lot of you will build your own 4-year schedules for yourself. So think about what level math you want to reach by senior year, or science, or electives that you want to get in. It's good to plan ahead, especially right now when you're planning for junior and senior year. It's not too late or too early to make this plan, and you can let your school counselor know if you need help. All right, so a typical junior schedule will look something like this. You'll have your 3rd year of English, you'll have a math, science, social studies. Some of you will continue with world language and some will not. You will have PE and health, you have your electives, and you'll have your lunch. So if we're not doing your world language, then that would be filled in by another elective request, or some of you might want to do another, science class or another math class, a business. So just know that this is a typical schedule, but everybody's will vary. Side note, if you are interested in playing D1 or D2 sports in college, this is a form with a QR code that you will want to fill out. You have to be registered with NCAA so we can make sure you're taking the classes you need for the NCAA, as they have their own requirements as well. New courses and new names. So we have a few new courses this year, and then we have a few with new names. So for math, pre-calc, up until now we've had CP and AP, but we are adding an honors right in between. So there are some requirements to those. Talk to your teachers if you want more information, but this is an exciting class. We've also renamed Algebra 2. So we're actually doing 3 levels of Algebra 2. The first level is Algebra 2 CP. The level up from that is Algebra 2 CP and Trigonometry. And then the higher level would be Algebra 2 Trigonometry Honors. Okay, so there's 3 levels of Algebra 2 instead of the 2. English, we have renamed yearbook and we have renamed newspaper. So they're both going to be journalism courses. Same coursework, different title. So yearbook is journalism workshop and newspaper is journalism essentials. And I'll talk a little bit more about those when we go over English. Concurrent enrollment. So this is going to be big for you this year because as juniors, you are going to have a lot more course selection opportunities, and a lot of them might have the option for dual enrollment. So taking dual enrollment is you're taking the class at Hillsborough High School, you're earning Hillsborough credits, but you're also earning college credits if you opt in. If you opt to do this, you're also paying to get those college credits. Now, the cost is significantly lower than if you were to get college credits, but we also can never guarantee that if you are college bound, your college that you go to will accept these as credits. Every school has their own rules and it's very different. Definitely talk with your teachers, talk with your counselor if you are struggling to make these decisions. I won't go over all of these, but you can take a look at these slides and the program of studies to see the courses that have dual enrollment and which college they are with. All right, so the math program, you will need 3 years of math to graduate. If you are 4-year college bound, we always have you take 4 years. The reason being is taking a year off of math between high school and college is never a great idea. And students do suffer when they decide to do that. So we always have you take 4. And it's something we can talk about. There are many different math levels to choose from. So you're never forced to take a math at a level that you're not comfortable with. So we need you to get up to Algebra 2 to graduate. But when you do a 3rd and 4th year course, as you see on your right, there are many options. So we have students do all different things their senior year. But junior year, you might also be choosing from these pre-calc, calc, statistics. So we could definitely talk to you a little bit more if you have questions about these options. Also speak with your math teacher. And again, if you're interested in college, we always strongly suggest a 4th year of math. Okay, grade 11 math courses, kind of bouncing off of that. For most of you, we might be in Algebra 2, Algebra 3, Pre-Calc, or Calc. So Algebra 2 and Trig Honors. So this is just a note for you, students who are recommended for Algebra 2/Trig Honors from Geometry Honors. So if you're in Geo Honors right now, you will be eligible to take Algebra 2 over the summer at Hillsborough. You will receive more information in your email, so keep an eye on that. Computer science. So kind of falling in the math category, we have other options. We have CompProg 1 and 2, a lot more of coding, AP Comp Sci A. There are prerequisites and then AP Comp Sci principles. Definitely read these descriptions in the program of studies so you know what these courses are about. And also to note, Computer Programming 1 is offered during the summer at Hillsborough for a price. Check your email. More things will come out this spring. Math co-requisites for science. So here at Hillsborough, math and science go hand in hand. We like the levels to be the same because we see students struggle when they are not matching up. So this is just a chart to help you understand like what math goes with what science. For example, Algebra 2 and Trig Honors almost always goes with Chemistry Honors. The same way Pre-Calc Honors usually goes with Physics Honors, and Pre-Calc CP will go with either Chem or Physics, depending on if the student took Chem already. So again, you will get this PowerPoint. Please look over this chart for your convenience. All right, so science. Science in your junior year, you are typically taking, there's so many different options. You could be taking Chem, you could be taking environmental, geophysical, you could be taking physics. Honors track would be more like environmental honors, physics, or chem honors. Everybody's on their own path. You need those 3 years of science. One needs to be bio. So at this point, some of you might have already taken bio. So this year is really, do I want to do chem or do I want to do a different class? And if some of you are up to physics already, that's okay too. Science is definitely at your own pace. World language, like I said, pretty self-explanatory. The levels go 1 to AP. Some don't even have a level 1, like Chinese. But for most of you, you're probably in your second year of language. So it's up to you to decide if you want that third year or fourth. If you have questions, let us know. But colleges do want to see you taking consecutive years of the same language, not necessarily breaking it up with a new language. All right, so course placement for English. Typically, you will stay within the same route of CP or honors. Students qualify for English 3 honors or AP Lang will be notified by their teacher, and this is based on district criteria. So all of you will be in English 3 next year, depending on what your placement is. And then if you're teetering on that high honors level, some of you might be eligible for AP Lang. Talk to your English teacher if you haven't already. So we have a lot of English electives as well, like we spoke about earlier with journalism. So there's a bunch of semester courses, such as creative writing, but 2 of these actually are also art requirements. So drama 1 and public speaking. If you take these English electives, they will count towards your art requirements, as those 2 half-year or 1 full year that you do need. So just something to point out. And then full year courses, like we spoke about, journalism workshop and then journalism essentials. So one's more of the yearbook and then the other's the newspaper for the school. Applications are required for yearbook and newspaper. They are due February 5th. See your program of studies for that application and ask your counselor if you have any questions. Social studies, pretty self-explanatory. Everybody needs world history, US 1 and US 2. And like I said, US 2 honors, our equivalent is basically APUSH, so US history AP. We do not have an honors at this time, so just be aware of that. There's an honors world and US 1, but no honors US 2. If you are qualified for APUSH, you will be notified of your eligibility from your US 1 teacher, okay? Social studies electives, again, we have plenty of these. These are really popular, especially our APs. We have semester courses, and, a lot of them are sociology, individual interpersonal behavior. Those are more of like the psychology based. And then we have some econ based ones. Economics has a star because it counts as a financial lit requirement if you need that. And then there's a bunch of AP full year courses that are under social studies. Will give you those 5 credits and they're AP level. AP micro macro also counts as a financial literacy requirement if you still need to get that done. Music. So we have some great music ensembles. All of these courses will also fulfill your art requirement because they are full year. So if you're interested, a lot of you start from freshman year, but sometimes we do have students join later on if it's an interest that they never were able to fit into their schedule. Definitely look at this QR code if you're interested to learn a lot more. These are very involved programs and very talented. So, if you're interested, definitely check out the QR and even reach out to the teacher. Some of these do have a audition with them, so definitely have to talk with the teacher in charge. All right, other music electives. So you might start with things like guitar and music tech and apps. And then we have some advanced music electives like advanced guitar, music theory 2, AP music theory, which is only for upperclassmen. So just know that there is a trajectory if you're looking for more challenging music electives. All right, visual and performing arts. So these are probably the classes that come to mind a lot when we say you need an art requirement. We have a few full year, most of them are half year courses, but these all will help fulfill your art requirement that you need to graduate. And again, there's a trajectory. So you do need drawing or art 1 as a prerequisite to certain classes like painting. So just know that, and sculpture, advanced sculpture, just know that there is a trajectory if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more. We do have a lot of options in visual and performing arts. Business and applied tech, all of these count towards career tech. So those career electives you need before you graduate. We have a lot of business courses. We're adding more and more. Sports and entertainment marketing is newer, but you need to take marketing first. So check the program of studies for prerequisites. Applied tech, a lot of these are more using your hands and creative side. So definitely take a look at those. Wood Tech 2 and 3 are 2 classes that are full year classes. So check the program of studies. All right, family and consumer sciences. Where you might begin would be something like fashion design, intro to culinary, and then there are a lot of other ones that take place afterwards, like baking and culinary and advanced. So take a look at these. Something to note, one of our family and consumer sciences is a class called Education and Training. This is a 2-period class. It is 10 credits. Only for upperclassmen, and it's where you, the upperclassmen, will be running a preschool within the high school. This requires an application and an interview. The deadline for the application is February 8th. Ask your school counselor if you are interested and have any questions. And like everything, it is also on the program of studies. Financial literacy. So again, you need 2.5 credits for financial literacy in order to graduate. There are a few ways to get this requirement done. One is financial literacy class, one is economics. Some of you might be in consumer economics. It's popular that students take AP micro macro instead to fulfill that requirement. Or if you could never fit it in your schedule and you really need to get it done, some students opt to pay and take it over the summer online. Ask your counselor if you have questions about that as well. All right, so these are all the classes that require an application. We have the yearbook, newspaper, some of the more advanced art and design classes, some of the audition-based choir and chorale, as well as education and training, can be found online. And let your counselor know if you have questions. We will be holding sessions in the library classroom in the coming weeks where you could stop down during your lunch period at any time. So definitely keep your eye out on your email and listen up for the morning announcements. If you have questions for your counselors, we will be in the library classrooms for a few days before scheduling starts. Thank you.